Good morning. Great. Welcome. Come, let's do some yoga. So come rest into your child's pose. And hopefully the child's pose is feeling like a place that is more comfortable as the month goes by. Hopefully it's feeling more like a place that you can connect to, or maybe not. So coming down into your child's pose. And as you do so, just really feel just how your spine rounds and rolls forward. Really allow your sacrum to soften, your belly and your thighs to meet deeply, and the fold in your hips to really settle. The back of your shoulders, the back of the rib cage, and for me there is this sense of the dropping of my head. I can't do it too much, I sound like Darth Vader if I do, but just the dropping of your head. I'll tell you a story while you're there. So last night after sunset, so yesterday was such a beautiful day. After sunset, I went down to Furbo Beach and I went swimming in the dark, and there was phosphorescence. Phosphorescence is a plankton that when you swim in the sea twinkles in front of you. It was only a tiny little amount. I think it was like 8:30 when I was in the sea. I think you'd have to be there for 9 or something, slightly darker. Oh my God, it was so amazing. It was like swimming around after fairies. It was so beautiful. The air was warm, the sea was still. There was these little sparkly, twinkly things in the sea. So beautiful. So come forward onto your hands and knees into your cat pose. And then looking over your right shoulder. You feel the stretch. And then look over your left shoulder. And just feel that way. And then just do that a few times. Leaning one way. Leaning the other way. And leaning one way. Leaning the other way. Nice. And then come to the rounding of your spine and the arching of your spine. Notice for you which one is creakier. Rounding of your spine and the arching of your spine. Which one do you find creates more sensation and that you have to go slower to mind yourself in it? Which one for you is the one? And then not judging it, just going, oh, that's so interesting. Nice. Tuck your toes under, push back into your downward dog and just create length. Hands are strong on the floor, your feet are strong, and you're pushing deeply down to create length through the whole back of your body. Nice. Bend your right knee and tap it down, let it touch the floor, and then stretch back into your downward dog. And then bend your left knee and let it touch the floor and stretch back. Nice. Right knee drops down, touch the floor, stretching back. And then left knee touches down, taps the floor, all the way back. Nice. Both knees touch the floor and stretch all the way back. Nice job. Both knees to the floor. Come lie on your back. As you come lie on your back, just appreciate the floor, Just feel the sense of how your spine lands. Bring your arms out to the sides into a cross and then sway your knees from side to side. And always be interested in the fact that this is the first time you've twisted in the class. And so your spine will tell you about that. First time you twisted this morning, or maybe you did yoga earlier if you were doing this at another time of the day. But just see how that is for you to move, twisting your knees from side to side, swaying your knees from side to side. Nice. Squeeze the right knee up towards you, hug it in. And then stretch the right leg long, hold on to it. And then slowly lower your right leg down to whatever angle feels right for you. So go really slowly, maybe stop at a 45-degree angle, stop at a 60-degree angle,
30-degree angle, whichever one, or float your leg just above the floor. Bend your right knee, hug it in towards you, and then stretch your leg up, holding onto it lightly. And then lower your leg down to whatever angle feels like wellness to you. My left foot is really strong on the floor. Bend your knee, draw your knee up towards you. And again, stretch your leg long. And then lower it down until it floats just above the floor. Nice. Bend your knee. Other leg. Draw your left knee up towards you. Squeeze it in. Nice. Stretch your leg long and hold on to it lightly. Slowly check this one out. Lower your leg down to whatever degree feels good for you. Bend your knee. Draw your knee up onto your chest. Stretch your leg long. Hold on to it. Lower your leg down. Slowly, slowly. Feeling that in the leg, in the hip, in the belly. Last time, bend your knee. Hug it up towards you. Stretch it long. Hold on to it lightly. And then lower it down until it, whatever, floats above the floor or hangs out halfway down. And then both feet to the floor. Nice. So feet are hip distance apart, arms are long beside you, and roll up and down along your spine. So as you travel up, again, this is the first time we've done this movement. So just let yourself slowly, gently warm up into it. Movement creates movement. Movement creates movement. I get the most amazing comments from different people during the day. And my cousin is doing this with me as well. And my second cousin, then her son, at one stage I was talking about Chico and she said, and wow, she even has a dog. I'm just loving, this sense of the community or the interconnectedness or the stories of how we're cultivating wellness. Next time you rise up, pause there and really feel into your feet, feel into your legs, squeeze into your bum. Good morning, geese. And just feel like your feet are really strong. Be fierce in your legs and be well as you rest here, as you stand here. There is effort, there is work happening. Your bum is telling you now, oh, I'm squeezing hard. Just be there with it. Really appreciate the work of your legs. And then lower down a little bit. And then lifting up. Lower down a little bit. And lifting up. Lower down a little bit. And lifting up. And lower down a little bit. And lifting up. One more time. Lower down a little bit. And lifting up. Whoo! That really works. And then slowly lower your bum all the way to the floor. Squeeze one knee up onto your chest and then the other. And just rock from side to side. Day 17. It's really quite amazing. We've gotten this far. We've battled the wilderness. We've really kept away all the different distractions that would take us from cultivating wellness. We've persevered and been here on our mats. Some of you have done it every day. Roll your knees in a circle. Oh, that's quite amazing. And then roll your knees in the other direction. What incredible yoga warriors you are. It is. It's like you have to, often I tell people, you have to walk until you want to walk. So same thing, you have to do yoga until you want to do yoga. In the beginning you're like, oh, I've got to make time. Oh no. And then after a while it's like, get out of my way. I'm going. It's really awesome. So great. Lower both feet to the floor and just pause there for a moment. So walk your ankles until your ankle bones are touching. And then bend your elbows so your elbows are pushing into the floor. And keep your ankle bones touching and rock your knees over towards the right, keeping your knees together, your ankle bones together. And then come back up to center. And then rock your knees over towards the left. And then come back up to center. Knees over towards the right and turn your head towards the left. Stretch out through the left arm, look down along the left leg and keep squeezing your knees together over towards the right. Nice, come back up to center. Ankle bones are touching. And then drop your knees down towards the left. And look down along your right arm and stretch your right arm long. Nice, and back up to center. Great, keep your ankles really close. Squeeze your right knee up onto your chest. And then lift your bum off the floor, lifting up. And then lower your bum down, let it touch the floor. And then lift your bum, rolling up. You're holding onto your right leg the whole time. And then lowering down, land on the floor. One last time, rising up. Pause on the up, really feel fierce into that left leg. Nice, and then lower a bit, and then rise. Lower a bit, and then rise. Last time, lower a bit, and rise. Nice, lowering all the way down, change legs. Bring both ankle bones to touch, and draw the left knee up onto your chest, hold on to it, and then rise. Rising up, and lowering down. Rising up, and lowering down. Next time, stay up, rising up, and then just pulse a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up. Last time, a little bit down, and a little bit up. Nice. Lower both feet to the floor, and just pause there. Nice. Rolling over onto your side and come into a seated position. And have your ankle bones touching. And there's enough space. So my feet aren't very close to me. They're maybe 2 feet out from my bum to my feet. And then lean your hands back and have your ankle bones touching and your knees touching. And then drop both knees down towards the right. And then come back up to center. And I'm really gluing my feet together. So drop your knees down towards the left. And then back up to center. Now drop your knees to the right. And center. And drop your knees to the left. And center. Nice. So you might find that your bum has walked a bit forward. Push your hands down, lift your bum up and step it back a little bit. And then drop both knees down towards the right. And then lift the left hand up and just hold on to your shin like you're trying to sit up tall. You're going to feel quite a bit of strength through the right side of your waist. And then sit your bum back, both hands to the floor. Drop both knees over towards the left. Lift the right hand off the floor and just bring it to your shin and get tall through your body. Nice. And then just sway from side to side, sitting up tall. So I'm now moving a little bit more even onto the fingertips of the back hand so that I have even more push forward. And so if this feels strong enough, stay here or hold on to your shin and then bring the other hand and hold on to the knee. So your both knees are dropped down to the side. You're holding on for dear life onto your shin because that's what's keeping you up. And just feel that through the side body. And then drop both hands behind you. Both knees over to the other side. One hand to your shin, other hand to your knee. So mobility is a really interesting thing. You know, it's into these weird and wonderful places that we mobilize. One more time each side, both knees to one side. Hold on with one hand, hold on with the other. Or maybe you're still back with your hand behind you. It's really good. You know, where you are, really acknowledging the journey into mobility, that we're different from each other. We're different side to side. Last side, both knees down, one hand forward, other hand forward. Nice. And then lean back, stretch your legs out long, and just roll out into your ankles. You roll into your ankles, just looking down at your feet, and give thanks for your feet. Oh, such amazing, amazing things. We're so independent because of our feet. We're mobile because of our feet. We can do so much. Open your toes wide, squeeze them in. Open your toes wide and squeeze them in. Nice. So bend your right knee and bring the right foot up until the right foot is around 9 inches out from your left leg. Bring your left hand to the floor. And then reach with your right hand down the left leg and drop your head forward. And then wiggle your shoulders a little bit. So for me, if I go too far, so there's a thing about movement. If you're at the very end of your range of motion, nothing else can move really. So slide back around 3 or 4 inches and then wiggle there. So you're mobilizing into a less stuck range. So round your back and arch a little bit. Round your back and arch, and maybe even roll your belly in a circle. What an interesting, complicated movement that has become. And then roll your belly in the other direction. Mobility is movement in every direction, in every way that we can. Rock your shoulder towards your right knee, and then rock your weight into your left, and kind of travel from side to side a little bit with your torso. Nice, just notice that. Rib cage, waist, belly. Nice, stretch your leg out long, pausing there. And then the other side, bend the left knee. Bring your foot to the floor. There's around 9 inches between your foot and your thigh. Bring your right hand to the floor. You're quite leaned out into your hand. There's, again, another 9 inches between your thigh and your hand. Slide your left hand down your right leg. And first off, reach as far as you can. You know, what is your range of forward? And then slide back around 4 inches. And then begin to move. Just wiggling. Maybe draw a circle with your belly here. What happens when you try to do that? And then circle in the other direction. Wellness is amazing. Wellness is this sense of an inner resource or an inner reserve that we have within ourselves. Nice. Glide side to side, weight to the hand, shoulder to your knee. Weight to your hand, shoulder to your knee. And for me, as I move in the morning, as I connect in, as I find my strength and my mobility and my ability, and really acknowledge my vulnerability, it's like this deep reserve is left in me all day. I have this sense, I feel like the Ready Breck woman, I kind of have this glow of wellness and depth. So just bring the soles of your feet together. Have your feet so they're around 6 inches apart. So there's a space between the soles of my feet. Hold on to your shins and sit up tall. Nice. Reach the right hand up towards the ceiling, reaching up, and then bring your hand to the top of your head. Bring your hand to the back of your head, and maybe try and scratch the area between your shoulder blades. Pulling with the left hand will help. It helps me right now to really find that area between my shoulder blades. Nice. Stretch your arm long and bring it down. And then the other side, reach the left hand up. Bend your elbow, bring your hand to the top of your head. Hand behind your head. And into the area behind your shoulder blade somewhere, whatever that is. Wiggle. My shoulder helps by lifting itself up a little bit and presenting itself to my hand. Nice. And come back. Nice. Take your right hand and bring it behind your lower back, low. So your hand is just resting into your lower back. And then just scratch your lower back with your thumb. Kind of travel around a little bit. What distance can you travel with your fingers into the scratching of your lower back? So I'm just rubbing through the lower back. I'm just checking out, can I scratch into the shoulder blades? Can I scratch into the lower back, the mid back, the sides of my back? Nice. And then remove your hand, bring it forward. Last one, bring your left hand behind you and scooch around with your left hand behind you. So up into the shoulders maybe. mid-back, sides, lower back. And just feel contact with your back. Just really like give thanks for this awesome back. And then come back. Nice. Bend your knees and hold on to your knees with your hands and just roll your shoulders in big circles. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Come all the way down into your child's pose. Coming down. So either resting your knees wide, your elbows on the floor, resting yourself down. And just find whatever it is that you do. Which way is your way of being in your child's pose? Don't sacrifice a shoulder for the sake of a child's pose. Bend your elbow if one of your shoulders is a little bit tricky or is catching, or draw your knee in, or rock a bit forward if one of your feet or your knees is complaining. Don't annihilate a joint for the sake of everything else. You really listen, go, oh, I'm really trying to override my shoulder right now. Why would I do that? So just bend it slightly or rock a bit forward until you're actually comfortable. It's really important. Nice. What was it like getting actually comfortable in your child's pose? Really adjusting your shoulders or your foot or your knee or your hip? Lovely. Come onto your hands and knees. And then stretching back, whatever way you do. Find your length, your stretch. Nice, guys. How wonderful. How lovely. Great. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you for day 18 tomorrow. How amazing.